Climate change is a threat to basic human rights for the poor and the vulnerable across the world. The right to water, to food, to development, and the right to life itself. Climate justice recognises that the people who have done the least to contribute to the problem will be the worst affected by climate change. These people need access to resources to meet their basic needs.
The way that Plan Vivo can contribute something positively to this term he's got climate justice, which is a term I've heard a lot, but more in academic and campaigning circles, and it's usually they're complaining and looking at negatives and what the losses are for people in Africa and other parts of the world because they're the least responsible and have the worst effects.
Practical mechanisms to deliver climate justice are thin on the ground.
Well, Plan Vivo turns it around and said, okay, well, let's take this, what's going wrong, but create a benefit from that, create a benefit from the world trying to put a value in carbon, and let's get that value down to the sharp end where people are, can do something about it and then can benefit from it.
This idea that this is an issue of justice, not an issue just of aid, not just an issue of charity, of giving, but definitely an issue of justice is incredibly important. We need ready models that demonstrate what works in practice in other countries, and that again showing that vision and that leadership.
Funds generated through the sale of Plan Vivo certificates are reaching some of the poorest and most vulnerable people.
Trees for Global Benefits works with very poor farming communities, facilitating them to achieve their dreams. These are communities that live and depend on natural resources in their raw form, and they have ambitions. They would like to take their children to school. They would like to reduce their dependency on these natural resources. These communities would like to grow trees on their land for fruit production, for controlling soil erosion, but then they do not have the money to invest in that. But by growing trees on their land, because trees need carbon dioxide to grow. So by a tree growing on my land, I am cleaning up the air by taking up the carbon dioxide. Through that project of Trees for Global Benefits, we are able to link them to the systems or to the finances that will enable them to achieve their dreams. I would like to be in a situation where we don't have to turn away farmers. I would like to be in a situation where every farmer that wants to manage their land well is supported to do exactly that.
Plan Vivo showcases an innovative approach, tapping into market-based funding through the sale of credits for carbon and ecosystem services.
Over $7 million from ethical carbon and ecosystem service trading has gone to local communities.
Over 10,000 smallholder communities, we've issued over 1.5 million certificates. There are over 30 projects underway in 22 countries, and over $7 million have been channeled to communities. And I think these are the big messages that I hope that you will take away from this meeting. Thank you.
Plan Vivo has well-established projects that have already delivered massive benefits.
Escuela el Té es el nombre del proyecto, significa el árbol que crece, está en una lengua indígena de Chiapas, México, que es el celtal.
So the people in the north get to offset their greenhouse gas emissions and also contribute to rural livelihood development, and the people in the south get benefit from long-term inputs that improve livelihoods across a landscape. So I think that is an area where Plan Vivo can really stand ahead of any other player in the carbon market, and actually can be a leader compared to other donor-funded development schemes as well.